What is going on, everyone? If this is long enough, this is going to be Conspiracy Corner podcast episode. But, I don't know, a lot of shit's going on, man. And I've been wanting to put out more videos and stuff, more conspiracy stuff. But it's just, I know I'm a broken record. But, man, I work like 6 days a week. It's insane. And it's like never ending. I'm doing two people's jobs. I don't know. It's wearing me out. Because I know like yesterday my boss is like, hey, can you come in? I'm like, nah, dude. Like I'm barely standing now, man. Like, sorry. It's like I don't care to work 6 days a week. I'll come in Friday, you know. So I'm gonna do that. But I usually don't really get into politics and stuff on this channel, you know. I mean, here recently I kind of have. Just because it's such an insane fucking year. 2020 is like the weirdest year of my life. One of the weirdest years. I mean, I don't know. It's just insane. Do I have like the negative Christian mindset that it's the end of the world? No, I don't have that mindset. I like to look at it as we are in the age of Aquarius, and it seems like with everything that's going on, people are finally waking up, which is cool. But I usually don't like to get into like politics stuff, but I don't know, I watched the presidential debate. Let's just start with that, the presidential debate. The only thing I can really say is there's a shit show. It was definitely biased. The moderator was definitely on Biden's side. And when you start digging deep and jumping down the rabbit hole, that moderator was, there's a picture of him on Epstein Island, literally getting off a boat, you know. Epstein's helping him out of the boat with a hand. So it's like, well, there you go. That's why you're so anti-Trump, you know. I mean, if everything's true, what's going on with Q, yeah, there's a reason you don't want him to win the presidency. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like Trump definitely put forth some good questions. Like I think it was like $3 million that Biden's son received. Biden didn't answer, of course. I was actually very surprised how sharp Biden was during that debate, but come to find out there's pictures and people have actually found the wire that matches up. It goes down the left arm with the little microphone, and then it goes, yeah, it's insane. It literally matches up perfectly with the wire that James Munder, actually, check his channel out. He kind of shows it and stuff in his channel, but Biden was wearing a fucking wire. And I know I'm going to get people in the comments section on the left who are pro-Biden going, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, that's a conspiracy. Well, welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. What the fuck do you think we do here, first of all? Second off, Biden, this is a fact, not a conspiracy, denied a wire check. So that right there answers your fucking question. Why would you deny a wire check? I'm sure he'll say something stupid like, well, COVID, you know, I don't want to catch a disease. Come on, man. But so that right there is fishy as fuck. James Munder, once again, thanks for the info. He put out a video too. You can see in the background before the debate, two people like creeping up to Trump's podium, wiping something all over it. And once again, I'm sure the left and the sheeple will say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. It's a conspiracy." Yeah, welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. That's what we do here. But yeah, like video of them wiping something on Trump's podium, and they didn't wipe it on Biden's podium. And I don't know, I mean, 1 + 1 = 2. It's kind of funny that Trump got COVID right after that. So it's like, what the fuck were you wiping on the president's podium? I mean, you could say it was hand sanitizer or whatever, but why didn't you do it to both podiums? Why'd you only do it to Trump's, you know? I don't know, it kind of aggravates me, man, with the presidential debate and the vice presidential debate. These moderators, man, they didn't let Trump or Pence finish like anything they were trying to say. It's just, I felt like Trump was like debating Biden and the moderator. Oh, something else. This is what cracks me up. Okay, like the left and all these liberals and social justice warriors who are all anti-conspiracy theory, when the conspiracy came out that Biden was wearing a wire, the left actually, it cracks me up, the left came out with a conspiracy that there was like this metal plate on the side of Trump's head, which people have looked it up and linked it to like this like neuron thing, like it electrocutes a certain part of the brain to stimulate it to make someone more cognitive. Well, okay, let's just say that's true. And he's got a little plate on the side of his head that zaps his brain and makes him more cognitive and aware. At least his words are his own words. Now, Biden, if you're wearing a wire and people are telling you what to say, that's not your words. That is someone else's words. You are a puppet at that point. Someone else is speaking through you. So there you go, man. I mean, I play devil's advocate, but at least Trump is speaking his own words. He doesn't have a wire on and someone else is telling him what to say. He's not using a teleprompter. It's another thing too, man. Biden got caught reading a teleprompter, holding up some stupid glass case with metals or something in it. And you can see in the reflection of it, he's reading a teleprompter. You know, got his hand to the side of the podium, go up. Come on, faster. Come on, man. You dog-faced pony soldier. At this point, man, reading the comment section of these debates too, it's like, I have like zero hope in humanity. People are seriously gonna vote for Biden, and it's terrifying. After all the videos of him groping on little children, like that right there was enough for me to turn me off. Him during his speeches, he's not even coherent. You'd think the man is drunk as a skunk or something. It's fucking insane. It is fucking insane. And him trying to get the black vote, saying if you don't vote for him, you're not black. This man threw tons and tons of black people in prison. You wonder why there's so many black people in prison? It's because Biden signed a fucking crime bill back in the day. Look that shit up. He's also, you know, I got people I'm arguing with on the left in the comment sections during the debates saying, oh, Trump's a racist. I was like, how is Trump a racist when Biden has literally thrown more black people in prison than any other politician? Oh, and something else, a little cherry on the top of that sundae. He's quoted as saying he doesn't want his children growing up around black kids. He doesn't want them in a racial jungle. His words, a racial jungle. Now, what lives in jungles? These are his words, not mine. So don't call me a racist. What lives in jungles? Monkeys. Pretty sure you can put 2 and 2 together of what he's saying. It's fucking absurd, man. You really think this guy cares about the black people of America? He don't give a shit about Americans in general, but the blacks in America, they're on the bottom. He hates you guys worse than he hates the white people of America. He hates everyone, honestly, probably. He don't give a shit. But I'm gonna get off that soapbox. Me and Sammy watched the debate yesterday, and it was a shit show. Once again, Pence didn't get 2 words in compared to Kamala. I wonder if some dirt will come up about that moderator too, you know? But, well, before we get into the vice presidential debate, let's get into what happened before that. Trump gets COVID. Now, all these Q people out there going, oh, here we go, 10 days of darkness. This is the 10 days of darkness. Hope everyone's stocked up on food and ammo because everything's going to shut down. No internet, no electricity. Everything's going to shut down for 10 days because he's on 14-day quarantine. Here comes the 10 days of darkness. Nothing happened, dude. He went to the hospital for like 2 or 3 days. Got home, took his mask off on the front lawn, which, by the way, I do have to say, man, I kind of do believe he got COVID, dude, because if you look at him, how out of breath he was by the time he got to the front door of the White House, and I know people are saying, oh, it's because he's fat and he's overweight and he's unhealthy. I don't know, dude. He just wasn't breathing right, man. It looked like it about killed him just to get to the front door, so I believe it could be legit, man. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying. But the 10 days of darkness thing, man, never happened. And if it did, I'm kind of confused why they call it the 10 days of darkness. The electricity didn't shut off. The internet didn't shut off. I don't know. But I want to believe in Q, so I don't want you guys thinking like I'm anti-Q. You know, and I don't think I've ever called anyone a Q-tard. I'll try not to. I mean, I get a little mouthy and I get a little pissed off sometimes when people are saying crazy conspiracy shit that's not fucking matching up. But here's my true feelings on Q. I want to believe in Q, and I've studied it quite a bit. Not a whole lot, like a decent amount. I'd say a decent amount. I've studied it, and I've watched people's videos on how Trump is giving Q codes and tweets and stuff, or during speeches, and I think there's something to it. I've seen the picture of Princess Diana, how she was still alive after her alleged death. I've seen, JFK Jr. apparently has a Twitter account my buddy keeps up with. He's still alive, I guess, allegedly. But I'm not seeing enough arrests, man. I'm not, and everyone, my biggest turn off with Q is someone put out a fake list of executions and arrests. And it's driving me fucking crazy because all these fucking Q people keep putting it out as evidence. It literally says, I'm going to keep saying this because no one seems to be getting it. It literally says on the list that it's satire. It's a wish list. It's like me making a list of what I want for Christmas. It doesn't mean I'm getting it for Christmas. Okay? It's a Christmas list. Let's just stop calling it the list of executions and arrests. Let's call it the 2020 Christmas list. Because that's what it is, people. It is a Christmas wish list. I'm sorry I sound angry. It's just, it keeps going around and everyone's saying, oh, all the people you see now, they're clones. That's why they look different. That makes no sense right there. Well, a clone is the exact duplicate of the original source. It wouldn't look at all different. It would look exact. The ears wouldn't be off. The eye color wouldn't be different. The facial structure wouldn't be different. Now, if you want to say they're body doubles, I can get with you on that, because every president, anyone who is surrounded by the Secret Service, I guarantee you has a body double. They've been doing body doubles for forever now, dude. Forever with these leaders. They've been doing it since ancient times, body doubles. You know, Caesar back in ancient Rome had body doubles. Now, I can get with you on that, on a body double. But when you start saying it's clones, you know, I'm sorry. I believe in Dolly the sheep, you know, that they've cloned a sheep. I remember when that happened back in the early 2000s. You know? And I know that science is government funded, and I don't trust science. I trust science about 50-50. I trust science half the time. But just the other day, probably about a month or two ago, it came out that they're just now able to clone monkeys, like apes and stuff. Not monkeys, but apes. They are like super close to cloning apes. And they believe that once they can clone apes, where we are so genetically close, DNA-wise, to like a chimpanzee and stuff, they believe that they can just now, they're like literally on the edge of being able to clone human beings. Now, I do have to keep this in mind, that the government is 50 years, is what I've heard, is 50 years ahead of us with technology. So the iPhone that you are most likely listening to this on, or your smartphone, or your tablet, or your computer, that is what the government allows us to have technology-wise. So if you think this is insane technologically, what we got as citizens right now, they have 50 years, at least 50 years more advanced technology that they're not sharing with the masses. So keep that in mind too, man. I gotta play devil's advocate. You know, and you can say I'm flip-flopping if you want, but I like to look at all sides and try to figure out what I believe. I don't believe that all these people are in Gitmo. I've seen that they built a new section, Deep State Gardens. If you reverse it, the word, I believe they've got it built and they're ready to put them in, but I do not believe they're already in there. I don't believe they're already executed, and I sure as hell don't believe they're clones. Just saying, that's my opinion. But when you start putting out stupid shit like that, you fuck up the entire Q movement. And if this is a movement, you know, then I guess I'm a part of it, because I've been fighting this shit and trying to get this information out here for years, dude. You know, I've been talking about adrenochrome since I was in high school, and it's just now catching on. The people are waking up. High school, dude. That's like 12 or 15 years ago, something like that. I'm not good with math, but over a decade I've been talking about adrenochrome. But speaking of which, if Q is a movement, it's an idea. Did you all notice Biden during that presidential debate said that Antifa is an idea? It's not a terrorist group. It's not a hate group. It's not a terrorist group funded by George Soros. No, it's an idea, is what he tried to play off. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. We're going in chronological order. We covered the presidential debate. We covered Trump having COVID. Now let's cover the vice presidential debate, which I listened to last night. Me and Sammy sat down and watched it and listened to it. I believe that's a shit show, just like the other. Pence, I do have to say, handled himself very professionally, very well. That is probably the most I've ever heard Pence talk. I've seen people in the comments section social justice warriors going, oh, Pence has no emotion. I'm like, yeah, because he's doing his job. And someone was like, what, you're not supposed to show emotion while you do your job? And I'm like, kind of not, dude. You're kind of just supposed to do your fucking job, clock in and clock out, make your money, and go home. I was like, if I had an employee who was literally over the top emotional all the time, I'd fucking fire him. And they said, well, I see you want your employees to be robots. You don't want them to show emotion. And I said, a little emotion's fine. I said, but the way, I don't know, he just handled himself professionally. It's like, I don't know, I guess I have an old school mindset of when you go to work, you fucking perform professionally. You don't sit there and cry, you don't get overwhelmed, you don't get super angry, you just do your job, roll with the punches when negative shit comes your way, and you just deal with it, clock in, make your money, clock out, go home. When you're off the clock, you can be as emotional as you want, dude. You can cry, you can yell, you can whatever. Roll around on the ground like a 3-year-old. You know? Here's a conspiracy that I thought was funny. And like I said, I bash on both sides, man. I bash on the left and the right. So here you go, left. I'm going to bash on the right a little bit. No, actually, I'm just going to bash on both y'all. Because it's united we stand, divided we fall. And no offense if you're taking sides with Republican and Democrat, and I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, then you're already dividing the country. You are part of the reason the country's divided. It has nothing to do with parties. Vote for the best candidate, the lesser of two evils, whether it be Democrat or Republican. There's times that I was on the Democrat side. I was on the Democrat side with Al Gore and George Bush. And looking back, I wish that, well, technically Gore actually won the election, but the Electoral College put Bush in. I believe 9/11, I don't think it could have been prevented, but I should hope that it could have been at least delayed with Gore in office. But the thing is, come to find out, you start digging around there, he's married to a Rothschild, so, I mean, they're all fucking evil, dude. All of them are fucking evil, man. So, let's get that straight. And I hope Trump, honestly, is not fucking an Illuminati scumbag. Now, I do believe, kind of like what Sam Tripoli believes, that he's a crime boss. I believe he's a crime boss, man. Kind of like the mafia. But you know what? I'd rather have the mafia running the country than a bunch of pedophiles. Just saying. Because at least the mafia, they draw the line on certain things like drugs and pedophilia. There's certain crimes the mafia won't commit. But, where was I at? Oh yeah, here's a conspiracy for you. I mean, it is Conspiracy Corner Podcast, so let's get into a conspiracy. A fly landed on Pence's head. This cracks me up. And someone commented like a little timestamp, look, a fly landed on Pence's head. And some fucking idiot Republican Deep South Christian was like, it's a sign from God. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I have to comment back on this because this is ridiculous. Do you know how many flies landed on Obama during his presidency and during his speeches and stuff? And everybody was calling him Lord of the Flies and calling him Beelzebub and whatever demon is the Lord of the Flies and controls flies. I think it's Beelzebub. Everyone was saying he's the Antichrist and he's Beelzebub. And see, look, he smells like sulfur and he attracts flies. But when it lands on Pence, he is chosen by God. He's protected by God. how does that work? It's like, do you guys not remember all those videos of Obama smelling like sulfur and being covered in flies? It's just, it cracks me up, man. These people, they are fucking hypocrites. Left and right. Both sides are fucking hypocrites, dude. You know, and then they wonder why I won't choose sides. Because both y'all motherfuckers are hypocrites. But yeah, I had to bring that up. I was like, oh, and by the way, do you remember all those envelopes at George Bush Sr.'s funeral? All those envelopes that got given to the Obamas, that got given to the Clintons, that got given to the Biden, that got given to the Bush. And you could see Jeb Bush, literally his heart drops when he sees what's written on that envelope. Like, pretty much, motherfuckers, y'all are gonna get executed. And notice how Trump leaves like immediately after those envelopes get handed out. Guess who else got an envelope too? You got the George Bushes. You got George Bush, Jeb Bush, and their wives. They all got an envelope. You got the Obamas. They got an envelope. You got the Clintons. They got an envelope. You got the Bidens. They got an envelope. One more person, him and his wife, got an envelope. Pence. So they all got envelopes that day, and they weren't good envelopes. So I know you guys want to think that everything is perfect, all the whole Trump campaign, everyone in the Trump campaign is perfect, nothing bad's going on. Pence got an envelope too. So I don't know if Pence ratted out, you know, what was going on with whoever he was in bed with, if he's being controlled. I think Pence is like, he probably ratted on a bunch of people and now he's just controlled. Like pretty much a puppet. Like, we got you by the balls now. We didn't execute you. We might not execute you. You work for us now. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. But, yeah. Flies land on Pence too. And he also gets envelopes with Obama and Clinton and Biden. So let's not forget all that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Kamala was kind of an emotional wreck too. If you listen to her voice, me and Sammy were playing Pokemon cards at the time, and we were just playing it on the background, and she sounded like she was gonna cry a couple times, man. I stopped the game and I was like, wait a second, like, is this bitch gonna cry during a debate? I don't know, her voice was all shaky and wavering and shit. I was like, yeah, that's all we need. If Biden gets in for presidency, I swear he's gonna die, and then she's gonna be president and be PMSing and crying, pushing nuclear bomb buttons. That's all we need, bruh. And I ain't trying to be sexist, because I wanted to see Hillary Clinton get in during the first presidency until I seen those emails, those WikiLeaks emails, and then I was like, wait, what the fuck? So trust me, I wanted a woman in. I wanted Hillary Clinton in until I seen the emails, because of the whole, well, I'm a ufologist if this is the first time you've ever tuned in, but because she was gonna release a bunch of, like, I don't know, they were trying to basically release a bunch of alien documents and try to get us on Mars, and I don't know, I was really into that at the time. I still am into it, but not as much as then. I believe we should focus on the Pizzagate stuff in those emails more than the actual alien stuff they were talking about. Just saying. Kids are a little more important than little green men on saucers. But, yeah, I mean, Pence got the same treatment as Trump during the debate. He got shut down. I don't know, I mean, that's all I really got to say. Thank you all for tuning in to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. I hope that you all could hear me well enough. I've been yelling, but it's because I'm driving, and I really don't have time to sit down and do podcasts as much as I used to and stuff. And I try to get it out there as much as I can, so sometimes I do them while I'm driving. But y'all have a good day.